Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So, in continuation of last lecture on the Rupa materiality, so today we were we will restart again about the Rupa chapter. Here I will share the screen. So last time we already discussed about the importance or the understanding ultimate reality. Ultimate reality, they are all four kinds: consciousness, mental concomitants, materiality, and nirvana. So they are the dhammas that really exist and also that never change from their nature in terms of the time, in terms of the space. That's why they are called Paramattha Dhamma, ultimate reality. So among them, last time we started from the Rupa, materiality. Rupa is something that has a characteristic of changing, okay, changing because of the heat, because of the cold, they change from one condition to another. They are constantly changing. That's why wherever they are, they has it. They never remain the same. That's why they are called Rupa. So Rupa, even though Rupa is one in terms of the characteristic of the changing, but in brief, it can be divided into two. That one is Mahabhuta, great element. Mahabhuta. Maha means a great, Buddha means a being, or great being, or great becoming. So it is not referring to any person, but the reality. So that remains everywhere, within ourselves, also outside our body. So it is available everywhere. So that sort of thing is called Mahabhuta. From that one, from that four great element, so any other materialities are developed. So that's why basically what we have in our body is only mind and body. Okay, mind and body. The physical body is here, and also the the consciousness or the mind is here in our body. On our physical body, so it is made up of, the physical body is made up of the four great elements, basically. On the four great element, so they are depending on these four great elements, the other rupas arise. So these rupa materiality that arise depending on these four great elements are called as upadha rupa, derivatives. So you got a one term, that is a rupa. materiality. And then that one is again divided into two. That is Mahabhuta and Upada Rupa. Mahabhuta, great element, Upada Rupa, derivatives, or the rupas that derives from the four great elements. So that is in basic way. So please take note these two terms. And also in the not this one. So the one I share with you is another one. That is another 5. Another 5 is wait a moment. Another 5 I opened. Rupa chapter with the Chinese translation. Okay, now we get, now I get it back. I will share again. So here, and then you see that one. So Mahabhuta and Upada Rupa. Then these Rupas are also again divided into 11 kinds. So in order to classify this, the Rupas which share the same nature, okay, the same group, they are classified into 11 groups. Okay, classified into 11 groups. So last time I already told you. First group is a Buddha Rupa. Here you may see there Buddha Rupa. So they are main element. So Buddha Rupa. So then another one is a Basada Rupa, sensitivity. We call sensitivity. So through this sensitivities, we get objects. Okay, we receive the objects. So that is a Basada Rupa. The more these sensitivities are clear, then and then the more we can see, we can hear clearly, and also we can get a smell, we can get a taste, we can get a touch, and so on. That's why these sensitivities are called Basada Rupa, very, very clear Rupa. And then another one is, okay, so Basada Rupas, they are the Rupa that belong to us. Okay, that these Rupa exist on our body. For example, eye sensitivities, so within our eyes. And also ear sensitivity within it remains within our ear. So also nose sensitivity, and also tongue sensitivity, and then body sensitivities. Then another group is called Gojara Rupa. Gojara is object. Okay, object. Pasada, Gojara. And then next one is Bhava Rupa. Bhava means appearance. So how it appears. Okay, or the state. Okay, our state. So by looking at our appearance, so people can differentiate whether it is a male or female. So by looking at the manner, our behavior, our So the people can recognize whether we are male or female. These sort of rupas are called bhava rupa. Bhava rupa, the rupa that show our state, our condition. So also we can simply say our gender. So the rupa that shows our gender, that is called bhava rupa. It is all dugai, 80 rupa, 80 purisadam. So 80 rupa, feminine gender, and then purisa rupa, masculine gender, male or female. And then next one is Jivida Rupa. Jivida, life faculty, life controlling faculty. So we being people have two life controlling faculty. One is Rupa Jividendriya. So with this life controlling faculty, it remain it helps our materialities remain alive. Okay, that they call Rupa Jividendriya. So also in our mental side, so that is there is also another Jividendriya that is called Nama Jividendriya that we will discuss later when we talk about the Nama mentality. But here we have to take note Rupa Jividendriya, life controlling material faculty. Okay, that they call Jivida, only one. And also another one is Kavali Garo Aharo Ahara Rupana. This is Ahara, nutriment. Okay, nutriment. So we get the nutriment from our food. Okay, from the food we take. So we swallow, we eat, and also we swallow, and also it is digested within our stomach. So after that, we got the essence. So that essence is called Ahara Rupa, okay, nutriment Rupa. So after that, we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 groups: Buddha, Pasada, Visaya, Bhava, and then Haraya. Okay, Haraya is here, and then Jivida, and then Ahara. Okay, so Buddha, Pasada, and then Gojara, and then Bhava. After that, we get Haraya, Jivida, Ahara. Altogether 7. These 7 kinds of the materialities are here with this paragraph 11. It explains that Atharasa Vidam Beta Rupa. These all rupas are called Sabhava Rupa, natural rupas. Okay. And also Salakana Rupa, they have their own characteristics. So, own characteristic here, here, here means that they have their own characteristics without, it is not a shadow characteristics, okay, not a artificial characteristics. They have their own characteristics. And also, Nibbana Rupa, okay, Nibbana Rupa, and then Rupa Rupa, so Riya Rupa, and then Samasana Rupa. They can be contemplated. These Rupa can be contemplated as our meditation objects. Okay, so this kind of a Rupa we have to take note. So when we practice a meditation, these Rupas are to be contemplated. To can be object of our meditation. So then the remaining group, paragraph number 12, Agasa Dhatu Pariccheda Rupanama. Agasa is a space. It is also called Agasa as an element, space element. So Pariccheda, this Rupa is called Pariccheda, the Rupa that makes a limit. Okay, that makes a limit, delimitation, limiting. So that sort of Rupa is nothing. But when we put two fingers together, then between two fingers there is one space. Okay, that's so also. So if 2 or 3 or 4 rupas are combined together, put together, so when then there we can see many spaces, okay, many spaces between these two rupas, these rupas. So such kind of space are called agasa or Pariccheda rupa. And also when we make a hole, so through the hole we can see outside. And also from the outside, the light enter into our room. So that sort of space is also called akasa, okay, Pariccheda. So also when we look at the sky, okay, when we look at the sky, so there we can see so nothing, space. So that sort of things are called what? Agasa Rupa or Pariccheda Rupa. Then, so this Pariccheda Rupa, Agasa Rupa, cannot remain alone. Okay. Unlike other previous Rupa, this Pariccheda Rupa, only when there is other materiality, there are other materialities, it can exist. So it depends on the existence of the other materialities. That's why studying from that Rupa, the other Rupas are called not the real Rupa. Okay, it is called Rupa because it shares the same nature of changing, but they are not real Rupa because they cannot remain by themselves. They cannot stand by themselves. Then another types of the Rupa is Kaya Vinyati, Vaji Vinyati, Vinyati Rupa Nama. Vinyati means the Rupa that makes other people know our intention. Okay, the Rupa through this with this people make it makes other people know our intention. Okay, suppose we move our hand and also we show our gesture to come or to go, but without saying anything, you just move our hand. So then by seeing that one, so people come to know that, oh, he has an intention to come. Okay, he want me to come or he want me to go, and so on. So that sort of Rupa is called Vinyati Rupa. So there are two Vinyatis. One is, it is called intimation. Number one is a Kaya Vinyati, bodily intimation. So we show bodily gesture. Okay. So sometimes we knock our head, and also sometimes we move our head, and then that show the signal. So that show our intention through the body. And also another thing is a Vaji Vinyati, that is through the speech. Okay, through the speech, we make other people know our intention. So that sort of Rupa materialities are called Vinyati Rupa. So they are also not the real Rupa. Okay, Kaya Vinyati, suppose because of the Vayo Dhatu. Okay, Vayo Dhatu. The manner or the different manner of the Vayo Dhatu. So one element is there, one element within our body. So that one element makes movement. Okay, so the movement of such a one element Through that movement of the wind element, we move our hand or our head, our body, and so on. So that's why this Vinyadi is also called Kaya Vinyadi. It's not the real Rupa. So even though we give the name Rupa, it is not the real Rupa. The specific mana or the wind element. And also Vaji Vinyadi is also, so we make a sound. Okay, we make the sound. So in that we express the words or speech. So at that time, it is also the mana, the significant mana or the earth element. Okay, the earth element. So the earth element within our body, so that strike, okay, one another, then so they make a sound. So that's why this Kaya Vinyadi is actually it is the significant mana or the wind element. Vaji Vinyadi is the significant mana or the earth element. So that's why they are not, these Vinyadi Rupas are not really Rupa. So that's why they are grouped under the Anipana Rupa, okay, not the real Rupa, because they remain basing on the other Rupas. So another one, number 14 is a Vigara Rupa. Vigara is a changing, okay, changing the different manner of the Muruda and the Kamenyata. So these three are very significant in this among these Vigara Rupa. So also we can add two Vinyadi as well, two Vinyadi that we have mentioned before. So here altogether 5. Okay, Vigara Rupa is all 5 guys, but two Vinyadis are just we have mentioned. That's why these Vinyadis are also can be included under the term Vigara Rupa. So because it belongs to the mana, okay, mana change. We have a change. Mana, our mana is a changing. So also the mana or the earth element, the mana or the wind element, or they are also changing. That's why it is included under the Vigara Rupa. So another thing is Lahuda, Rupasa Lahuda. Okay, lightness of the body, lightness of the Rupa, materialities. Sometimes you may feel your materialities are very light, not heavy. Okay, not heavy, but light. Lightness of the body. Suppose sometimes we eat good food, and not that food that does not make you sleepy. Okay, that does not make you sleepy. Rather, it makes you active. Okay, so and also sometimes temperature. Temperature is if it is too cold and too hot, then our body, physical body or materiality, they feel very heavy. We can feel that. So in that case, it is not the lahuda, but it is very heavy. So sometimes if we live in a very good temperature, weather is very fine, and also food is good, and also light food, then we have a lightness of our body, and also mududa means softness, tenderness of our body, our materiality, and also kamenyada. Kamenyada means readiness. Okay, kamenyada is a readiness or adaptability. So so if our body is, our physical materialities are ready to make any function, any action. So sometimes we feel not ready, even though we have to go and read the books, But our physical body appear to be not ready to read or to write or to even to cook. So at that time it is not a kaminyata, but sometimes we feel ready to do anything. So that time that is called rupasa kamanyata. So these three plus two vinyati, just now we have mentioned, altogether 5 rupa. These 5 rupas are included under the Vikara rupa. Okay, so they are also not the real rupa. So the different manner or the different conditions of the real rupas. Okay. So sometimes, for example, eye is not ready to see. Okay. And also visible object is not ready to be seen. And also our ear sometimes not ready to listen and so on. So that's sort of natures. So that's why it is or not that these 5 are also not real rupa. Okay. That is why it is called anipana rupa. And then the last one is the lakkhana rupa. Okay, characteristics. Characteristics. So the characteristic of a rupa. Actually, they are not real rupa, but the characteristics, nature of the rupa. So what is that? Number 1 is the rupasa upajayo. Rupasa. Rupasa is the rupa that has been mentioned in the from up to the 10. Okay, that is a 4 great element, 5 sensitivities, and also 7 objects, and then two genders, and also hadaya, heart base, and then jivita, and then ahata. So these rupas are called referring to here rupasa upaja, the arising of these rupas. So for example, arising of the Bhatavida to earth element, that they go upajaya. So the rising of the eye sensitivity, the rising of the eye visible object, and so on. So these are called rupasa upajaya rising. Sandati is a continuity or continuation. So after rising, so to some extent, it continue to remain. So that sort of nature is a continuing nature of the rupa is called sandati. So, and then after that, it is subject to decay, it is subject to be old. So that is jarata. So decaying nature of these rupas are called jarata. And also dissolution or dissolving or ceasing nature of these rupas are called anijata. Okay? So that's why this is lakkhana rupa, even though we have a 4, upajaya sandati, jarata, anijata, they are also not the real rupa. They are just a characteristic of the real rupas. That's why they cannot be included under the real rupa list. So altogether, if we take starting from Pariccheda Rupa 1 and then 2 Vinyati Rupa, so we get the 3. And also among the 5 Vigara, because we already take 2 Vinyati, so we just take a 3. Okay, so altogether 8. And then 4 Lakkhana Rupa, okay, 4 Lakkhana Rupa. 4 Lakkhana Rupa, even though we take as a 4, Upajaya and Sandati, they are included under the name of the Rupa Jati. Upajaya arising, Sandati continue to arise, okay, continue to remain as arising. So that's why Upajaya Sandati put together 1. We take as a 1. And also Jarada, decaying, Anijada, dissolving. So that's why these two are also put as a one. So from the four Lakkhana Rupa, we get the two. So altogether, 10 Rupa. Okay, Pariccheda 1, Viññati 1, and Vigara 3, Lakkhana 2. So altogether, we have a 10 Rupa. These 10 Rupas are called as Anibbana Rupa. Okay, Anibbana Rupa, Asamasana Rupa. We cannot, when we practice a meditation, they cannot be taken as a meditation object. Okay, meditation object. So that's why these 10 rupas are Anibbana Rupa. So 18 Nibbana Rupa, and then 10 Anibbana Rupa. So altogether, we have a 28 rupas. That's why here mentioned Jati Rupa Meva Panetha Upajaya Santati Namena Pahojati. Okay, Jati. So the arising of the Rupa. So that is or the birth of the Rupa. So that is taking as Upajaya and Santati. So arising and also a continuation. So rising in continuation, we can take it as a one, Rupa Jati. Okay? And also, Jarada Anijada, we can take, okay, as one. That is the dissolution of a Rupa. So that's why here, Lakkhana Rupa, we have a 4, but we can take only one, only 2. Here mentioned Ekadasa Vidambeta Rupa. So in this way, we have 11 types of the Rupa. Okay, firstly 1 Rupa. Then in brief, we divide into 2 Rupa, Mahabuddha, Upada Rupa. And then again, we can subdivide into 11 groups. Okay, we can divide the Rupa into 11 groups. So among these 11 group also we can again classify into 2, that is real Rupa and not real Rupa or artificial Rupa. So real Rupa is 18, not real or artificial Rupa is 10. So altogether 28. That 28 is here mentioned. Atha Visati. Okay, Visati 20. Atha is 8, 28. Atha Visati Vida Hodi Sarupa Vasena. But if we enumerate, we can enumerate all 28 rupas. Okay. So how? Katham. The way to enumerate is given here in brief. So number 1 is Buddha. Buddha is a great element, pasada, sensitivity, and then Visaya object. And then Bhava. Bhava is a gender. And then Haraya, heart base. And then also Jivita. Jivita like controlling faculty, Ahara. Okay, Ahara is a nutriment. So Atharasa, Vidandata, altogether 18. Okay, these 18 are, as I told you, they are real Rupa. Then Pariccheda, Viññati, Pariccheda, space. Viññati, intimation. Vigara, changing, transforming. And also Lakkhana, characteristics. So these rupas are called Anibbana Dasa, altogether 10. They are Anibbana, artificial rupas. Altogether, we can put together 18 plus 10. So altogether, Atha Visati Vidam Bhawe. So altogether, we have 28 rupas. So that is enumeration session. Okay, the list of the rupa. So in the Abhidhamma, in the 7 Abhidhamma treaties, what the Buddha taught about the rupas are here collected. So Abhidhamma Sangha, the Banriva Anuruddha collected all the possible rupas and put together here for us to understand easily. So one significant point, different from the 7 treatises of the Abhidhamma is here. Number 8, Hadaya Watu, Hadaya Rupa Nama. Okay, Hadaya Watu, Hadaya Rupa Nama. So in the original text of the Abhidhamma, original treatise of the Abhidhamma, so the Buddha didn't mention Hadaya Watu or Hadaya Rupa. Okay, in the Dhammasangha Rupa, so Hadaya Watu, heart base is not mentioned there. That's why according to Dhammasangha Pali, there are 27 Rupa only, not 28, except the Hadaya Watu. So, but later on, so when the Sayadaw they study Abhidhamma, and then Bhatthana. So there the Buddha mentioned Yarupa Nesaya. Okay. So depending on a sort of Rupa, so my element and also my consciousness element, they arise. So when they found that what, only Watu, not Hadaya. So at that time they trying to consider. So for the eye, we have eye consciousness, we have an eye base. For the ear consciousness, they have an ear base. Nose consciousness, we have a nose base. Tongue consciousness, we have a tongue base. And also body consciousness, we have a body base. What is mind base? What is the base for the mind consciousness? Then they try to make a Hadaya Watu. Okay, in the commentaries. So starting from the commentary period up to now, so Hadaya Watu is created. Okay. Hadaya Watu is created. The Dan Hadaya Watu is created and then used here. So Abhidhamma Sangha also adopt the commentary tradition. So that's why here Abhiya 28 rupas, including Hadaya Rupa, Hadaya Watu, Had base. So then now, even up to now also, the discussion, okay, the discussion or debate on the Hadaya Watu is still very, very hot issue. And then where it remains, for example, the mind depends on the heart, or the mind depends on the brain. For the scientists, they're trying to say, so mind remain. Mind depend on the mind arise depending on the brain, but according to Abhidhamma, mind depend on the mind arises depending on the heart base. So then our Redda Sayadaw retired. Redda Sayadaw, he trying to say somewhere in the blood, okay, in the blood that remain within our heart. Okay, there is the place where the blood remain. So that blood, in that small cup, there is a blood. So in our heart, so that blood goes up and down, circulate throughout our body. So that blood is called Hadaya Watu. Hadaya Watu does not mean the heart, okay? But figuratively we can say it is the heart. But in the heart there is a small cup. So on the small cup, so there remains blood, okay? So and also blood passes through this place. So that blood is called Hadaya Watu, heart base. Depending on that blood, the mind consciousness, mind element or mind consciousness element arise. So in this way, now we have 28 rupas and nowadays, but basically, and according to the Dhamma Sangani Pali or in the Abhidhamma, 7 treatises of the Abhidhamma, the Dham Haraya Vatu is not really mentioned there. So we can understand that, we can take note of that one. So that is something about the enumeration of the Rupa. Okay, so trying to be familiar with these Rupas. After that, we go to the characteristic, etc., or the these 28 Rupas. Okay, Rupa Lakhana. So because if we don't know these characteristics, it will be difficult for us, okay, for you to recognize. Okay, these 28 Rupa basically are not the strangers to us. Okay, they are within our body. Maybe 27 Rupas are within our body. So according to the different gender. So basically we have a 4 great elements within our body. So the Buddha in the many discourses, so when he explained in the Samanya Phala Sutta, when the Buddha explained about the Vipassana Jnana, so in brief, there the Buddha described how to practice Vipassana in brief, inside meditation. Then in that case, the Buddha explained that our life is made up of the 2 things. One is kaya, okay, physical body. Another thing is nama. Okay, or we can simply say rupa and nama. Okay, rupa and nama. Rupa is a physical body, materiality. Nama is a mentality. Okay, so in that case, the Buddha explained, when the Buddha explained about the kaya, rupa, then the Buddha just used ayangayo jatu mahabudiko. This rupa, this physical body is made up of 4 great elements. Okay, 4 great elements. So everywhere in our body, you can see 4 great elements. You can experience. So then for the nama, so nama depending on these 4 great elements, okay, nama arises. Ita siddham, ita vinyanam. Okay, so this vinyana remain arises based on these rupa. Okay, these 4 great elements. So with this statement of the Buddha, it is very clear that our body is made up of 4 great elements. Physical body is. So this idea, the Buddha's interpretation is found to be adopted by one of the 6 heretical teachers as well. That is Ajita Kesa Gambala. So Ajita Kesa Gambala is one of the heretical 6 heretical teachers contemporary to the Buddha time. So his view is nihilism. His view is nihilism. So when the Buddha record or explain about the idea of this Ajita Kesa Gambala, one of the heretical teacher, so he said this rupa is made up of 4 great elements. He also said the same thing. Then what is his idea is that, so after the death, after the dissolution of this body, so but the earth element go and combine with the earth element. So when it break up, okay, break into pieces, so earth element from our body go and combine together with the other earth element. And also the other three elements also go the same. So go their respective earth elements and combine. So like that. And then after the breakup of the body, so there people return no more. Okay, totally disappear. Okay, so that is Ocheda Wada, nihilism. So this Ajita Kesa Gambala also, one point, partly agree with the Buddha that this physical body is made up of the four great elements. Not only Ajita Kesa Gambala, those who hold the idea of nihilism agreed with the Buddha that this body, physical body, is made up of the four great elements. So in that, so that is the point I like to tell you, that this our physical body is made up of four great elements. And also if we add Vijnana, consciousness, then there will be five elements. So whenever there is a combination of these great elements, there is a space. So that's why, so in the Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, the Buddha is playing 6 elements are there. So when the Buddha is playing, give a talk about the elements to the Bhukkusati, so who is very eager to listen Dhamma from the Buddha, so he want to know how to practice the Dhamma, then the Buddha is playing Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, analysis of the elements. So in that discourse, the Buddha uses 6 elements. 6 element is 4 great element plus Agasa Dhatu, space element, and also Vijnana Dhatu. So altogether 6 elements. Vijnana Dhatu is basically, you already know, that is a Vijnana, consciousness. So, and the Agasa Dhatu is nothing but the space between the 4 great elements. Okay, so that's why we can simply say that 4 great elements. Our physical body is made up of 4 great elements. So when the Buddha is playing, so we have to contemplate that whatever part of our body we see, we try to recognize that there is a Patavi earth element, and then water element, fire element, and also wind element only. So if we contemplate, keep on contemplate, then we will come to understand that. So these materialities are also changing nature, impermanent, and also because of impermanent, they are suffering, and also there is nothing to behold as I or my property. Okay, because they are arising and dissolving constantly. So, but we beings trying to grasp, trying to take hold of it as our own. So there is no other element within our body that to be hold as our own. So no other. So in this way, we can understand what the impermanent nature of this great element. So that is the way the Buddha explained in the Samanya Sutta, Digha Nikaya, to contemplate the 4 great elements. So also in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta as well, the Buddha Chatudha Vavadhana. Okay, there is one session to discriminate, okay, or to analyze the 4 great elements. So in that context also, the Buddha instruct to practice Patavi as Patavi, trying to see the earth element as earth element. And also if we see, then if we continue to see, then we will come to understand that they have these characteristics of arising and dissolving. Then we will come to see there's nothing to be had as our own, as atta or as permanent things. So that is, these instructions are very short. That's why in the Visuddhimagga explain that it is the instruction, very brief instruction for the practice of meditation. For those who are very quick IQ, for those who are sharp wisdom, for those who have a sharp wisdom, so for them is this sort of meditation practice is a very fit for them. So it will lead them to the attainment of a liberation. But for those who are not so sharp in terms of wisdom, so in Bali it is called Nadi Tekha. Nadi Tekha Panya, Na Adi Tekha Panya. So their wisdom is not so sharp, but not a dull body, but not so sharp. So for them, the Buddha actually we can, the instruction of the meditation practice we can see in the Mahahati Badopama Sutta, okay, footprint of the elephant, okay. Greater discourse on the footprint of an element. So in that discourse, actually the Buddha don't preach that sutta. Venerable Sariputta preach that sutta. Venerable Sariputta explained his fellow monks about the four great elements. Okay? Four great elements are there. The Indide. So his instruction is a D-Day instruction. That is for those who are not so sharp in terms of the wisdom. So in that instruction, so I think we all know, you are familiar with the 32 parts of the body within ourselves. So our physical body is grouped into 32 pieces. Okay, something like it. Is head hair, and also loma, body hair. Nakha means the nail. Danda is the teeth, and so on. So altogether, 32 parts of the body. I think if you, maybe some of you are very familiar with that 32 parts of the body, then if some of you may not know what are these 32 parts of the body, I think Sayali Punyajari will be very helpful for you to provide what are these 32 parts of the body. Okay, so among these 32 parts of the body, Venerable Sariputta trying to classify it. Okay, so something like a teeth and a bow, okay, and also head hair, body hair. So and so whatever parts of the body which is a solid, okay, which is a solid, they are grouped under the Patavi element, earth element. Okay, altogether 20. Okay, if we include the Matalunga brain, our brain, then it will be 20 types of the earth element within our body. Okay, and then another is 12 types of the liquid. Okay, something like saliva or blood or urine and so on. This sort of liquid nature that remain within our body is belong to Abodhatu. Okay, so by looking at the head hair, we have to understand, oh, this is earth element. So earth element in this way. Why we call it as earth element? Because of the here characteristic of the hardness. So Gekhala. Okay, Gekhala is the characteristics. Okay, the characteristic, Patavi Dhatu has the characteristic of a hardness. Okay, hardness and softness. So, in our body, among the 32 parts of the body, 20 parts led by the head, hair, body hair, and also bone and teeth. Whenever you touch, then you can feel that the hardness is there. Whatever parts of the body which has a hard nature, then it belongs to earth element. So we, without contemplating, so for example, we look at the teeth, and then other day, when we are going to analyze as a element, we don't say, we no longer see it as a teeth. Rather, we see it as an earth element, and so on. So in this way, we have to practice maybe under 20 types of the 20 parts of the body that is as earth element, and also 12 types of the body, something like a blood or sweat or what, saliva, and also urine. So these sort of things are called abodhatu because it has a nature of a flowing. Suppose we can imagine that the blood in our body. So that blood in our body is flowing throughout the circulating within our body. So whatever parts of the body which has the nature of a flowing, the characteristic of a background, so we can include under the term of the abodhatu, water element. So we contemplate one after another. These 12 parts of the body we contemplate as a water element. So in this way, so whatever happened to our body, so we will not recognize it as our own, but just an element. Okay, just an element, and so on. So, and also regarding the Tejo Dhatu, we have a heat, and within our body we have a heat. So in that the Mahahati Virobama Sutta, the Buddha explained 6 types of the heat. Okay, 6 types of the heat. Santapana Deja. Santapana means heat. Okay, maybe body temperature. Okay, and also Jirana Dejo. Jirana Dejo is what? And the Dejo that makes us old. So we are growing older and older day by day. Why? Because within our body there is the Tejo fire element is there. That is burning. That make us that make our body getting older and older. So nowadays many scientists they try to invent. Okay, they try to invent the medicines to slow down the rate of growing older and older. It means they try to reduce Jirana Dejo from our body. So that because otherwise, without this Jirana Dejo, the fire that make our physical body or rupa growing older and older, then we will not be growing older. We will still be very young. Jirana Dejo. And also another Dejo is what? Bhajaka Dejo. Bhajaka Dejo is it is called digested fire. So within our stomach. So it remains within whatever we swallow food, hard food or soft food, okay, solid or liquid. So it burns, okay, digestive system. So it burns. So without it, so if our Pachaka Dejo or digestive fire, digestive system is not functioning very well, then we will feel uncomfortable because we put it there, but they are not digested. They will be rotting there, big problem and a danger to us. So that Bajaka Dejo, some people, they have a very good Bajaka Dejo. They eat a lot and then they can digest very well. So that sort of Dejo also remain within ourselves, our body. And also Dashana Dejo, that another types of the Dejo is a bunny. Okay, it is a bunny, our body. So in this way, Dejo also, Dejo is, and there are 4 kinds of Dejo, Sandapana, Jirana, and also Dashana, and Pachaka Dejo. So these 4, whenever within our body, we feel hot, okay, then there we can contemplate as a Dejo Dhatu, okay, Dejo Dhatu, like that. Because it has a characteristic of Ohnata. Okay? Ohnata means heat. Tejo Dhatu has a characteristic of heat. Then what about the Vayo Dhatu? Wind element. Wind element, also we have a wind element within our body. Okay, 6 types of the element. Wind elements are mentioned there in the same sutta. So that is Odhangama. Okay, the wind that goes upward, okay, within our body. Sometimes we how to say English word, I don't know. So the wind goes up and then we make a sound from our mouth. So, and also adogama, the winds that go down. So it is very helpful for us to for the urination or this defecation. So without this kind of a wind, there will be no difficult, very difficult for the to go to toilet. Odangama, Adogama, and also Kojasaya, the wind inside our stomach, it moves. The food, okay, it moves. The food we swallow move around within our stomach, Kojasaya, and also what Angamanga Nusari. So we can move our hands, our head, our leg, our body, because there is a wind. Okay, there is a wind. So without wind, or sometimes some people they are suffering from the stroke. Other than the wind cannot flow, the wind not functioning well, then in that case they cannot move. So that is also Angamanga Nusari. So the Vayo Dhatu, and also another is what Asasa Basasa. Okay, Asasa Basasa means in breath and out breath. Okay, Odangama, Adogama, Kochasaya, and also Kothasaya. Kothasaya, also another kind of a wind element that remain within our body. Angamanga Nusari, so the wind that flows from every part of our body, big and small part of our body. And also the last one is Asasa Pasasa, in-breath and out-breath. So these 6 winds are within ourselves. Okay, so altogether our body, you can see, is very clear, which is made up of 4 great elements. Okay, so that's why we try to contemplate our body as the group body, 4 elements. Okay, so in that Mahadi Parabhama Sutta also, if you have a time, please, you Majjhima Nikaya, okay, you can see there, Mahadi Parabhama Sutta, the greater this goes on the simile or the footprint of the elephant. So Venerable Sariputta explained this great element, how to contemplate, how to see, not to take hold as I or my body or my element and so on. They are nature, okay? They are arising depending on one another. Paticca Samuppanna Dhammas. So Venerable Sariputta trying to explain there. So with this, we come to understand that the Buddha explained nothing but the four great elements. So we're trying to see it as they really are, together with their characteristics. Then that seeing will be very helpful for us to understand the real nature of our physical body and the ultimate reality within ourselves. So with this, we will conclude for today. Thank you so much for listening. Okay. So Buddha Sasana Jiran Daitatu. Buddha Sasana Jiran Daitatu. Buddha Sasana Jiran Daitatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.